Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming releases for the Switch over this next week. Now I don't cover everything in this video, rather those games that are catching my eye, and I have 10 games for you this week, but do let me know in the comments down below if I've missed anything I should be checking out. So with that, like, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. So kicking off the week then, we've got Afterpulse. It's a squad-based online shooter, so it for sure piqued my curiosity. You know, it's a relatively underrepresented genre here on the Switch. My understanding with this one, though, it was iOS and Android only up until this point, and I think you can see that honestly from the visuals, but if it plays good, I am in, and that mobile counterpart of this game, it is well respected. Here though, expect 4 versus 4 combat, 5 different modes, 1200 weapons and skins, cross-play support, daily and weekly challenges, and then you even get a fast pass which does throw in some goodies as you get started. The question for me now really is, can it stand up to the free-to-play that is Rogue Company, as it does seem to be very similar, because you know this one's asking for my cash up front, so I think it really needs to kind of outperform that one. I saw Black Clouds next, the latest FMV from Wales Interactive. This looks like a decent ride to me. You return to your hometown after a friend's death, and before you know it, you're uncovering like a string of dark secrets. Do not come to this for the gameplay, it's dialogue selection through and through. You're basically, you know, directing the story where it goes next, but they for sure have reasons here to return, thanks to multiple endings, and I love this genre for getting friends and family round the TV and kind of all, you know, screaming at different like choices at the screen. It's just an absolute blast. I will be covering this one though here on the channel on release date, so do look out for that review before you go spending your cash. Narita Boy then, and I'm really excited for this one. It's another Team 17 piece who just seem to be knocking out hit after hit at the moment, and this one, the story just sold me immediately. It's set in the 80s, a genius creates a console called the Narita 1, and its flagship game, Narita Boy, it becomes the biggest selling game of all time, literally nearly instantly. The problem though, the real world is starting to connect with the digital, and now we need a hero to save the day with the techno sword. The story sounds great to me. I mean, it's basically Tron, which is never a bad thing. The visuals look stunning, and it's also got a weapon called the techno sword that sold me instantly. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Bush Rescue HD is a re-release of the 2004 title. Naturally, they've obviously, you know, cleaned up that resolution, and they've made some minor tweaks here and there as well. It's a 3D Aussie set platformer, though it was well loved back in the day, and this is the second HD build we've now seen on the Switch, following of course the first entry, which I will say gained relatively good reviews. Thanks to the Kickstarter though, Ty is back, and I do like the look of this one. I played the original back in the day, but this entry will actually be new for me, so I'm excited to check it out myself. Drive-By then is car combat, and it had me immediately with that. I grew up on Twisted Metal, so I'm always excited to see a new entry in the genre. We don't get a huge amount of games in the genre, to be honest. This one though, it's not just combat, but you're actually delivering items around this map, and you need to now out-deliver your rivals using different vehicles and different power-ups. I don't see any mention of single player with this one though, so do be wary of that, but it is promising 4-player online, and it has crossplay with Steam, which is never a bad thing. I think we can say it's going to pretty much guarantee us an online community as long as the game turns out to be good. Squad Killer then is a budget option this week, and it's coming from East Asia Soft. I tend to check out what they release, as they do have a gem here and there. This one though, it's rocking a great looking two-tone visual style, you know, a throwback to the likes of the OG Game Boy, and it sounds simple enough. You basically enter a room, you clear that room of enemies, you obtain a key, and then you move on. But yeah, that can also be a very addictive formula, and it's got 17 levels, a boss rush mode to unlock, and you can even change the color palette of those two-tone visuals. And yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this one out for what is like, you know, $5. What comes after then is a side-scrolling adventure, and there's a fair few reviews out there for this one already. General opinion seems to be an enjoyable enough, if relatively short ride. It's actually from the creator of Coffee Talk, which was a fantastic game. So yeah, it seems to be, think visual novel meets adventure, as you're helping Fifi through a journey to where people go after they die and what comes after. You're basically riding this train that is filled with these people's souls. I think this is going to be a nice relaxed one though, you know, just something to kind of kick back and chill to, and I'll probably be checking it out myself here on the channel. Not one for me then, but a quick shout out still for Train Station Simulator. I'm not sure what I can really add to this one, honestly. You know, the name pretty much tells you it all, but you're basically building a train station as well as all the services around it. So think taxis, buses, bars, cafes, stores, all that good stuff. If you like your park builders though, this might be a spin on the genre you're like. Myself, I'm going to personally be sticking with Roller Coaster Tycoon and Jurassic World, and that's mainly, honestly, because it's actually out on Steam already, and the opinions over there, if you check out the reviews, they do seem to be mixed. So what I would say is, maybe check out a review or two first of the Switch build before you do go ahead and drop that cash. So our penultimate game of the week then, that is a long way down, another one I'm excited for. This is a card deck RPG and you'll be trying to escape a maze where an evil mastermind reigns. Seems to me this one also has some roguelite elements thrown in here too, but I've actually checked out a little bit of this one myself and it's a little easier than most in the genre. So if you like the idea of, you know, that card deck hybrid genre but felt maybe intimidated by it, this actually may be a good place for you to start. And then you get all that good stuff, so you can expect, you know, multiple runs, items, equipment and crafting. So yeah, go ahead, give it a shot if you like your deck building and battling it out with your foes. So the final game of the week then, this is Goodnight Night, the latest Cubic Games release, who I've covered quite a bit here on the channel. They've got some real gems on the Switch already though, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this one is all about. It's a hack and slash adventure and it's basically mixing together procedural generation, which is, you know, great for replayability, but also then handcrafted levels as well. For me though, it seems to all be about taking down different enemies, grabbing a whole lot of loot, and then kind of just managing, you know, that risk to reward. You know, do you continue for better reward or do you quit while you're ahead? I love the pixel style though they're rocking with this one, and the animations, they look so fluid, they just look great to me, so I'm really looking forward to giving this one a shot. With that then, over on Twitch this week, we're going to be keeping it simple. Monster Hunter Rise just all week. If you want to squad up with us, we're nearly always looking for players to jump in and join us, so head across there. And as rookies as well, like if you know the game, advice is always appreciated because we absolutely need it. You'll find me and Curry there though, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday night around 7 PM PST, and then Fridays we do tend to start things a little earlier, right around midday PST. With that though, will you be adding anything to the collection this week, or are you holding onto that cash, you know, chipping away at the old backlog? A shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.